Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan is under arrest after a judge sentenced him to 3 years in prison on charges of corruption. That means it's likely he may not be able to contest this year's elections. Khan has called for nationwide protests. Kamal Haider reports from Islamabad.
Pakistan's police came in their numbers, surrounding the home of former Prime Minister Imran Khan and arresting him. A police convoy took him to a prison in the city of Attock, 85 kilometers from Islamabad. The former cricketer turned politician has been found guilty of corruption and sentenced to 3 years in jail for selling state gifts. While he's appealing his conviction, it's one of more than 140 cases pending against him. Following his arrest, Khan released a pre-recorded message.
My fellow Pakistanis, by the time this message reaches you, they will have arrested me and I will be in jail. I have one request from you, an appeal that you do not sit in your homes quietly. Whatever I am doing is not for myself, I am doing it for you.
Khan says this is nothing more than political foul play aimed at keeping his political party off the ballot.
What is behind all this? The PDM and the establishment, they are petrified of elections.
There was jubilation among his opponents. But his supporters, the conviction and arrest is a plot to stifle political opposition.
This arrest looks like it was planned. This won't end well. This should have been done in a proper way. He was the only one arrested. What about the other angel politicians? They have done a lot of things.
Security remains tight in many regions of Pakistan as the government looks to prevent any potential sparks of violence. The country's information minister says the move is not politically motivated. However, Imran Khan's legal team is now going to challenge this in a court of appeal on Monday. Kamal Haider, Al Jazeera, Islamabad.
Well, as Kamal was saying there, Imran Khan is facing more than 100 legal cases involving corruption and terrorism. In April last year, he was ousted in a no-confidence vote after his coalition partners deserted him. 6 months later, Pakistan's Electoral Commission disqualified him from running for public office for 5 years, citing what it called corrupt practices. Well, Khan and thousands of his supporters then set off on a long march to Islamabad to demand early elections. He was shot in an attempted assassination last November. Police attempted to arrest him in March this year, but those warrants were later cancelled. He was arrested again in May, but Pakistan's Supreme Court ruled it illegal. Well, earlier, my colleague Rob Matheson spoke to Pakistani Minister Sherry Rehman. He asked her whether the government is concerned by accusations that the case against Khan is politically motivated.
I don't think there can be political engineering of how people think and what they want to do with their time, with their vote, with their support. That's not something we can interfere with. What he is doing, though, is serially inciting people to violence, to mob violence. He's used human shields against his residents in Zaman Park. And my party's founding leader has been extrajudicially hanged, but at no point did the People's Party or any Democratic Party ever think of trying to lob bombs at our military or installations or burn up public ambulances because they were angry, because they are above the law. So they seem to think another kind of law applies to them, and they kind of live in, the state is l'état de droit kind of sort of sense of self-entitlement. And, that's just not how it works anywhere in the world.
I want to ask you about the upcoming elections that Pakistan is going to be facing. I understand a caretaker government is about to be put into place. Given the fact that the leader and much of the leadership and many of the supporters, large numbers of supporters of what is widely regarded as the most popular party in Pakistan are either in jail, are facing jail, or are facing other charges, how difficult is it going to be to convince voters in Pakistan that democracy does still exist if the predominant opposition party essentially is being divided and split up?
So I don't think anywhere in the world, I take your point, but anywhere in the world is the predominant opposition party, which we've been for many years, or a ruling party, have we ever thought that, or anywhere in the world, can any party get away with burning, looting, both public properties, our public martyrs, our military veterans, our military installations? I don't think that's considered politics anywhere in the world, from where, at least as I understand it.